crowd, did you feel like that, not better, but like that you got to reach a different fan base and like the older people that, like you said, you don't get to see, people that age get to get into many shows that you play?
It's fun. It's a whole different show. I mean, everything is different. Like everything that you do on stage is different because you can't be as outlandish, with the kids.
But does it ever? Is it hard to adjust to kind of tone it down for the younger crowd?
A little bit. It's a little bit harder. Thank you, sir. It's a little bit harder for us because what we do most of the time is so geared towards an older audience, but it's just kind of second nature for us just to get up there and perform, and whatever kind of comes naturally on stage is just what comes naturally on stage. It's just we're aware of how many F-bombs we cannot throw at an all-ages show.
It's weird. It's like something in the back of your head just says, no,
don't do that. Do something else.
And would you enjoy being able to play more shows with different ranges in age than just the older 18 plus crowd? Or how do you feel about younger people listening to your music?
Oh, I love them. I mean, that's great because that's the age that I was when I first started going to concerts and first started getting into music and really falling in love with what's made me doing what I'm doing now.
And who was some of the bands that you guys started listening to that started influencing you, like the way you are and the music that you make now and everything?
For me, it started out with bands like Prince and Michael Jackson and stuff like that when I was really super young, and it was just the showmanship of that theatrical type, just overtly awesome.
And that plays a lot into. Were you when you were younger? Did you ever watch the videos and just be like, one day I'm gonna?
Oh yeah.
What was exactly what gave you that extra push, that that little spark that made you guys want to start the band and all that?
Well, I mean, I think both of us had been doing, obviously we've done many bands before this band, but for obviously you're a kid and you're just looking up to these people. You're just going, wow, this is it. This is what I want to do. It's just kind of it just hits you like a big ball of light. Just whoa, okay, this is what I have to do. No choice.
When you were younger, when you were starting out, even with the band or before the band, did you ever feel did you ever have that weird feeling or that thing in the back of your head, I'm gonna do this one day? Because you guys are known as one of the most well-known unsigned bands, is that right?
That's what they called us.
Yeah, because we read that up, but
I know the exact moment both times. I know the exact moment when I knew I was going to do it. I was seeing Guns N' Roses for the very first time on TV. I saw Guns N' Roses and that's exactly what I wanted to do. I was I wanted to be Axl Rose when I was a kid. And we used to dress up. I'm in the second grade. We're dressing up like Axl and Slash, me and my friends. That's what I look like. But I knew that's what I wanted to do.
Did you do all this while you were in high school too?
Well, I didn't dress up like Axl Rose.
No, not like Axl Rose, but you were...
That was last week.
That was last week.
No, yeah, it stayed with me because I was in grade school then, and then when I saw Kiss for the very first time, that solidified it.
How was your first? Another random question. How was the first show, concert or event that you ever went to, and was that also a big part of what you wanted to do?
Yeah, one of the very first theatrical shows I guess that I ever saw was Metallica, and it was their show. It was paying the money to listen to the songs that I liked, but also seeing a show. They just didn't stand there. There was stuff going on at all times. And, with bands like Metallica and Kiss and Poison and Van Halen, you go pay your money to see these guys and you're getting your dollars worth. It's not going to be a whole bunch of guys just standing around, singing the hits. So yeah, it's we're going to put on a show as well. I mean, you're going to get your money's worth.
And if you had the chance to, which of your favorite bands, both of you, which one of your favorite bands would you want to play with, or you've gotten to play with?
I'd have to say an
Whether
original.
it fit or not. Whether it fit or
It
not.
doesn't matter. Favorite band.
So if we just
Or artist.
I'm gonna do
Favorite
two.
band or artist?
Well, I'll give you three. The
8.
the
Put on a festival.
the 21st is the first one would be obviously Prince would be amazing, just because. The second would be an original lineup, Guns N' Roses reunion. Would be amazing. And then the third is a personal favorite of mine, a guy named Butch Walker, who kind of personally inspired me to do this type of music that I'm doing right now. You know, that dude's just awesome. So that'd be a great show.
I do. Yeah, Guns N' Roses for sure.
Absolutely.
Guns N' Roses. I would do Kiss. Because there's like 100,000 people who play with Kiss. And then the Misfits.
Yeah, Misfits would be awesome.
We would, which actually that, I mean, you know, we have an artist that's we're kind of looking into that's the Misfits artist as well. So that's kind of cool, that connection there. But that'd be really cool.
And then from the touring and all the venues that you guys visited and everything, what's your favorite venue or your favorite place that you played?
Madison Square Garden.
Must have slept through that one. Must not have been important. Oh man, favorite. There's a lot. Like I couldn't even pick a favorite. That'd be terrible. I mean, it's just everything's so like.
What's your top 5?
Like top 5 venues?
Top 5 venues and also cities or towns that you visited, and like your experience of touring from place to place. Do you miss it? Like, do you want to be on tour right now?
Oh yeah. Be on tour right now would be awesome. I want to be put on tour, put on a bus, and just go.
Just go.
For the rest of my
and
life.
And then on tour, if you could only take one thing besides your phone,
We went from venue.
besides your phone, besides your phone, or any electronics, not electronics, just one or two things that you could take with you on tour, or if you were stuck in a studio in just the middle of nowhere.
You said no electronics or
No electronics. No,
Except for your phone.
You get your phone.
Besides
Well, then
your
I'd be
phone,
dead.
besides.
I'd be
No,
dead.
you
I'm
get-
just
no,
like
you
the
get your phone.
electronic. Yeah, but I mean, like that's what I would take. I would make sure I had my iPod for my music. I would make sure I had my computer because to write and record music. And my guitar. I mean, yeah, dude, that's just
And
what
a
I do.
toothbrush. You know.
No, I get that later.
I would take a He-Man coloring book.
That shit would be awesome. I got dibs on Orca.
What would I take? I would take my toothbrush and a clean pair of socks.
Get all that at Walmart there.
No, I'm saying, but that's what I'm taking. We're stuck. Remember? We're
You're stuck like
We're
in a studio in the middle of nowhere.
We're stuck in the studio in the middle of nowhere. We have no helicopters, no limos.
Or what if it was tour? What are like?
Ever had a
where you-
helicopter or a limo?
Chaz merely has been to Madison Square Garden. He's had a limousine and a helicopter, so
He's done some shit.
Yeah.
We have not.
Everybody was asleep.
I'm telling you.
Well, if you were on tour at the moment, what would be, necessities and tips for local band, like other local bands that haven't gone on tour yet or just starting tour, and your experiences,
Just do it.
to-dos and not to-dos?
Just get in the van and go. I mean, I've done tours where they've been extremely well planned out and they ended terribly, and I've done tours where like we had 20 dates and we left with one date booked, and we booked them all on the way to that show. We booked the next day, and it turned out amazing. So you never know what's going to be good, what's going to be crap. So you just play everything.
Every
you know?
show is totally different. One show's gonna be absolutely phenomenal. One show's gonna
Do you depend a lot, is like the fan base, all the fans at the shows, the big part? Do you really,
Oh yeah, without them, then the band is absolutely nothing. That's right.
Yeah, we're playing in front of no one.
Yeah. Not even that. I mean, they're the ones that's getting us from town to town. If they come and they buy a CD for $5, they buy a T-shirt. You know, sometimes they just give us money, like, yo, here, you know.
How do you feel about bands that, you know, have a bigger base or a smaller base, but they just, a fan base, but have, you know, it gets to their heads and they're just not really, you know what I mean?
Bands are funny, man, because, you know, you'll see some bands that are like, that are just not very good, or not very, like, they're just not very far along, but they really expect the world to be handed to them. And like for us, we've been doing this for so long, and we are owed nothing. Nobody owes us anything. We have to fight for everything we've ever gotten. We do it all on our own if we have to. If we're not signed to a record label, then we'll record our own records, you know, and that's just the way that it is. That's what you have to do. But like, so we've met some really cool bands, some like bands that you would expect to be total like divas or whatever, and they're not. They're the most amazing people that you've ever met, you know, in all different genres of music. But the bands that are kind of on that arrogant side, they always get me. I've seen a lot of them. You know, if you don't respect the kids, if you don't respect the people that are there, they're not going to respect you either.
And you know, it's funny because a lot of the local bands and stuff that you see do that. They're like, well, we're a real band, and you know, we don't. It's going to come to us, and I don't know. They've got this snobby way of looking at it, and they're not really serious about it, but they think it's going to come their way anyway. So. It's like if you don't work for it, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, so basically you're saying, you know, even, is there, I guess I'm gonna say like an unwritten law about